Hey guys, in this video we're gonna model this nice whiskey bottle. Now I chose this model because it has this nice in-grooves made into it, and I think that it's gonna be really difficult to make, and mostly because of this shape that's not round. It's tapered on the front, then it rounds off, and as we can see in this image, it has this weird pointy shape that turns round and then flat. So it's going to be a little bit interesting to model. So firstly, I've tried a couple of ways so I can get um, perfect modeling take. So what I want is I want to make this big as the bottom, and then I'm just going to give it kind of a low number of rotation segments. I think this is okay. Okay, so now we're just gonna wait for Sema4D to load, and we're just gonna use this image as a top reference image. There you go. So what I like to do is always just go to my filter, Shift V, display back, and I just want to bring back the transparency a little bit because it's kind of hurting my eyes. So I'm just gonna move this image. Now I know that it has a little bit of perspective, but I don't think this is gonna affect us very much. Okay. Okay, something like this. Maybe a little bit down and rotate it. Yeah. Yeah, so something like this. Good. So now, actually, I'm gonna scale up the model because we need to reference the size from this viewport into the top viewport. Okay. Something like this. So great. Now let's just go to this disk and just say inner disk segments 0, and I'm just gonna work with a quarter, something like this. And actually I want to work this top part, seems more relevant, so I'm just gonna spin this nice, and I'm just gonna come here and just delete these parts that I don't like. Great. So now let's just start and model the shape. Now as you can see, it has this slight bump right around here. So here it's straight, kind of around this point. And from here we get this nice curvature around here. Then it becomes straight again. So I'm just gonna go and add some points with my knife tool. I'm just gonna start marking some spots. Okay, so this is important. It comes straight to around here. and here, and now this part should be round. So I'm just gonna add, I don't know, 2 more cuts. I'm just trying to block out the shape. Okay, kind of like so, and like so. Great, so far. So now we have this part, but we don't know. Let me just scale the base model up. Okay. But now, what type of topology do we need for this zone right here? So we can see that it has this clear zone, this thickness for stability right around here. So we're gonna need to add another edge right around here. Let me just disable visible only around here. Good. Now, also have this edge. This edge helps me maintaining this this solid line. Okay. So now, basically, this edge delimits my straight zone. But if we look up top, or if we take one of our reference images, we can see that we have here also a straight edge, kind of like this one. So we are gonna help ourselves with this point. Now, we already have this here, and I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller. I want to mirror the distance here, something like this. And now, from this to this point, we have the problem area, the zone that is rounded and also has this cool design in it, which you can see that this one is a unique shape, this one is unique, this one is unique, and then the shapes just start cloning down. They're all the same. So we're gonna have to make it by cloner. Great. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna select the shapes, because this is why we did the whole process. I'm just gonna extrude them once. Now I'm just gonna delete this part here. I don't need it. Okay, so now we can see what we're working with. So let me just extrude this all the way up. And let's see how does the topology match. So this line, we have it. It's good. We have this line. So basically this polygon and this polygon, they're not going to get touched, because the model is going to be in between these two guys. So now I kind of have the luxury of just tracing the model. Let's just take our knife. Let's just go boop, boop, boop. We are just tracing the model. Nice and easy, nothing complicated. And this is just a trial. So we can see, do we have enough polygons to pull this off, or do we need to add more here? And what I'm saying is that I have a deficiency here. I would like here to have another edge. So I'm just going to edge loop it, add it right in. Okay. So now, because you see I want to have this little bit of curvature right here. Something like this. Great. So now, let me just select these edges. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Control A, U, R, because this is going to be the exterior face of my object. Boop. Just extrude it inner. Something like this. Maybe a little bit more. Boop. Gotta delete it. Just add a smooth. Okay. And let's see what happens if we add here a supporting edge and here a supporting edge. Okay, we're starting to get the shape. And what happens if here I wanted to make a little bit more rounded? I can just do this. Yeah, I can. So I'd say that this is 90% perfect. So now what we want to do is, because this is where I made the shape, you can see that the shapes kind of look have the same, even if even if they don't are identical, because the glass starts curving this way, they still have the same kind of rule. This part is up, this part is down, down, up, down, and a little bit up. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to delete these edges, because I want to start with this line of polygons, with this line of edges, because it already has the shape that I need. Something like this. And again, from the top view, it's the exact same shape as the glass, as the bottle. Okay, nice. So I'm just gonna extrude this, I don't know, up this much. Maybe rotate it a bit. Okay, extrude it up, rotate again. Now I'm gonna start coming in. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move this a little bit down. Yeah, so I just want to get more resolution in my mesh. Okay, you can see that I'm rotating it, and I'm trying to get to fit the seams in here, which is impossible because this model is different from this model, but I'm just trying to help myself for the future, so I don't have to work as much. I'm just gonna like put this around here. Now we can see that our shapes are starting not to match, but it's okay. I'm just gonna like scale it a little bit. We can work on it later, just move some points. I'm just gonna move this here, rotate it a little bit, and actually maybe just scale it down. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Now if you want to change your axis, you just press L or this icon here, and now you can just rotate your gimbal. Okay, now I'm just gonna extrude it once more again. Kind of like so, and now I'm gonna extrude it again here. And again, what I'm doing is I'm really trying to help myself in the future. I'm not giving myself too much weird polygons. I'm trying to keep the shapes that I want. So something like, and again, I'm looking at this edge, this polygon. Don't mind this edge because it's just the polygon in back of it. So this edge continues nicely, goes like this, then it goes up. Now that's not a problem. I can move these edges. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to check my mesh in 3D space. We can see that it's pretty okay for the moment. But now I just want to start sliding some edges. You're gonna go here. Actually, I'm just gonna like slide some points. I'm gonna make my life easier a little bit. And I always start from the shape that's easiest to recognize when I'm doing this, like image shape patterns. And this is the easiest shape in my case. I'm just moving this like so. This path right around here. Okay. Okay. Maybe a little bit too much. Great. Now comes the tricky part. Now we're just gonna have to move some edges so we can get our desired effect. So let me just like slide this edge a little bit down. And again, it's really important that you don't accidentally select these edges. Let me just like so. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to do with this. So this one goes up. Oh, the actual, yeah, the camera is from this perspective, which is a little bit weird. Let me just, you are. Let's see, do you feel like selecting points now? You don't. Okay. I can work with that. No problem. This point. So you can see that I'm moving the points in the 3D viewport, but I'm checking this viewport. Okay. Okay. Because of course Cinema 4D doesn't want to work, right? Why would it? Okay, now let's go to this point. Move it right around here. I'm gonna lower this point. Maybe I'm gonna add another row of geometry right here in the middle because I see. Let's look a little bit. Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna think of adding another line here. So, right now what we're doing is we're just moving points. Nothing too complicated. Boop. Let me continue with the shape. Okay, so moving it like this. Kind of like this. Now, usually when you would get to model such a complex object, you would kind of need the object in your hand. And you would have like a micrometer and just measure it because you want to get all of the details. Yeah, so now I just added an edge loop here because I felt that it's starting to get really sparse in details. And the edge loop stops here because here I have the gap. And I'm wondering, should I continue it down? Let's see, does this edge loop help me here? Well, it keeps this corner. Yeah, I'm gonna just continue it down. Great. And I think I'm gonna add an edge loop here in the middle of this second one from the top because I want to give this, you know, I don't want to rob it of detail. And I think it should help giving this edge straightness. We're gonna see. But now, let's continue. Because again, what I'm doing here now is ballparking it. I don't really know yet if this is gonna come out good. But I'm just trying. Trying some stuff, seeing how it fits. And I want to add another edge loop here. I know I'm killing you guys with the edge loops, but I think this zone needs a little bit more depth. And this zone should come like this. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good choice. So, I'm gonna make this point the edge for this element. Something like this. And now let's just try to be funny. Let's just select all of this. Boop. Boop. Actually, I don't like this part. Or do I like it? I don't know. Okay. Well, let's look from here. Yeah, these points need to be a little bit kind of like, yeah, I want this to be rounded. So let me just let me see what is the distance here. Uh, distance, where are you? Measure tool. So I extruded this 39 centimeters. Okay, I'm just gonna extrude the rest 39 centimeters so we have the same thickness. $39, but with a plus. Yeah. I'm more curious about this zone right here. Hmm. Hmm. Now I'm just gonna do some little modifications. Yeah, this part should be sharper. Right. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm just gonna add an edge loop here. Let's see. Yeah. So basically this is our polygon, and this high detail mesh is our subdivision surface, and we want to try to make that as close as possible to the reference image, because the shape is kind of close. I think this needs to be smaller right here. Let's see, does it fix it with an edge loop? No. See, this is how it looks without subdivision. This is how it looks with subdivision. So we see that this mesh should be coming to around here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna select all of this lower parts here, and I'm gonna try just bringing them down a little bit and outer. Okay, something like this. Let me just scale it a little bit in this axis. Boop, boop. Yeah. Did I ruin it? No. Still looks good. Okay. I can work with this. Ooh, here we see we have a problem. Why? Why do you have a problem? Did I extrude too much? Yeah, yeah, see, I wasn't paying attention. And instead of selecting polygons till here, I selected it till here. But that isn't a very big problem. It's just a problem. I'm just gonna bridge this gap. Now I can delete this polygon. And I'm actually gonna delete this edge. I don't really like it. It doesn't help me in any other way. Actually, I'm just gonna delete these polygons. I think I'm gonna come and remake them. Good. Let me just edge line this. I mean, bridge. Yeah, starting to look great. Now, let me just, because here we have a problem. Here the bottle becomes a cylinder, and this is kind of hard. So we have to see. So what are we gonna do now? Well, I'm just gonna add. Oops. I'm just gonna add a cylinder. So we can see that this is our 0 position. I'm gonna make it bigger. Where is my cylinder? There you are. Okay, almost close enough. A little bit smaller. Yep. Now let's see how this fits. It fits kind of rough. And we can see here that this has, like, it comes to this point, and then it has this nice bevel, and then it becomes the cylinder. So this is going to be a little bit hard to make. But we're going to try. So basically, what happens here? These points, I mean these edges, okay, they just come and they unite in the middle. Kind of like this. Good. Now let me just add this into symmetry, because we've we deserve to at least see it in some 3D space. Okay. Okay, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let me just smooth it. Okay. I'll maybe, but this is like a defining touch. I'm just gonna add it, yeah, so we get that nice edge. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. So, here again, this point is too inwards. You can see here that it's straight. In our case, it goes in too much. So I'm just gonna like select the points and just bring them out a little bit, you know. We're just gonna say don't be shy. Boop. Boop. Yep. Something like this. Again, this point right here, he is too upwards. He should be around here. Yeah. And with this, let's just fix this part, because we see that this hole needs to be kind of like so, a little bit more exposed. It looks really good. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. Something like that. Maybe these points here, they annoy me a little bit. I'm just gonna raise them up just a tad. Maybe this one goes a little bit like this. Boop. Here I'm gonna add another edge. I'm just gonna like pinch it. Yeah. Why do I have this pinch here? Oh, I don't. Okay. You can actually see here that we need to fix these points a little bit more. Yeah, this point goes down. This point goes down. These other 2 points go down. Because again, small details like this are what really sells the model. Okay. And we can see here that this needs to be arched. Something like so. So. Yeah, so it's already looking way better than it did. Okay, now let's work on this part. Let's go into our line mode. Let's just see how many lines do we have to work with. Let me disable smoothing. So we see that we don't have a lot of polygons. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna see where do these two mix. Because here they seem straight, but in this picture we can see that they kind of go at this edge, and where they meet the cylinder it just goes straight up. Or, okay, not really straight, but a little curve to it. Let's see, do we have some better images? Yeah, actually, oops. Actually, no. Yeah. Actually, it goes... Yeah, it goes softer. It doesn't form in this line. This is just a reflection. Now I'm noticing it. Yeah, they just bevel in, and then they just like smoothly start making the shape. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, and I'm just gonna add an edge loop. Because I need more polygons here to catch it to the nose. I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna remove this edge because we don't need it for now. We will need it later. I'm just trying to get like a nice, healthy resolution on my model. Okay. Now I'm just gonna go to the cylinder, and I'm just gonna say too many lines. Okay. Let's just make something kind of like this. We're trying to match the polygons. So 1, 2, yeah, too many. Let me just boop. You see? Yeah, something like this. Something like this is really exactly what we need. Okay, so now we can see how much this edge really helped me, and how much, if you try to keep your mesh, at least the zone that you're working at, with correct polygon resolution. For instance, this is not okay, but this part here, if you try to keep it like so, you can see that even when you try to add a prefab into it, it fits in way more easier, and you don't need to waste so much time on it trying to manipulate it. Now, of course, this isn't in any way, shape, or form perfect, but it's a good start, I would say. So let me just get this edge up right here. And now I'm just gonna do something really simple. I'm gonna select my mesh, and I'm just gonna move these edges, kind of like here, here, okay? I'm just getting the circle. So now I'm just gonna go to my cylinder. Let me see on which point this point, okay? And I'm just gonna delete 3/4 of it. Nice. I'm just gonna click connect objects and delete. Move it back in my symmetry. And I'm not even gonna bridge this. I'm just gonna take these points, weld, weld. Here I'm thinking a little bit. Weld? Does this look good? Does it though? I think so. I think by accident. Yeah, but I need to fix this line. If I'm gonna do that, that's perfectly okay, but I need to get my curvature going again. And now, the reason why projects like this are so hard is because you don't have much information. So most of the time, you're just gonna have to guess it. Okay. Now, let's see. Does this look how we want it to look? Yeah, mostly, yeah. Something like this. Maybe I want to thicken. Yeah, yeah, I just want to like smooth this part out because I feel that it comes too abruptly. I'm just gonna add a little bit here, a little bit here. Okay, why aren't you welding? Control A, optimize. Oh yeah, because here and here. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Great. Let me just go here and I'm just gonna, yeah, so we don't get that seam anymore. Looking very nice, if I do say so myself. Let's check here. This is pretty much okay. Yeah, here I need more thickness. Here, okay, let's just fix this really fast. I mean, not really fast, but though, yeah. Something like this. I'm just bringing in these edges. Something like so. A little bit. Boop. Okay. Here we can see that this is too bent. I'm going to add another edge loop. And I'm just going to repeat the same process. Something like this. And here I want more material downwards. So I'm just going to go here. Just going to select my polygons. I'm just going to drag them down a bit. scale. Whoop. Something like so. Yep. Now, I'm gonna need to repeat this model how many times? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what I'm gonna need is, let me just take the thickness here. Yeah, that's okay. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'm just gonna isolate. So I'm just gonna create a edge right around here where I know that the model is gonna be finished, because also this part is made out of copper. So let's start by simply deleting this part. I'm just gonna select this set of polygons. I'm just gonna say UP. Okay, that made me a duplicate. And let's see, how down do I need to go with every model? Well, kinda around here. But first, what I'm gonna do, oops, I didn't copy everything I needed. Yeah, of course, I forgot this part. So, actually, let me just add, because this part is gonna give me a headache too. I'm just gonna add these points, kind of like this. Okay? Yeah. So now again, we're gonna select the polygons. We're gonna press UP, and now we're just gonna move this down where we think the next model is gonna be. So kind of around here. Great. Now, we need to remember one thing, that this part here is the same as this part. So if we want to do this cloner wise a lot faster, we're gonna need to match this points to this points. Okay, so just follow me. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna start moving points with the, actually I'm gonna select both points, both objects, and I'm just gonna weld them, because what I want to do is I want to move the points in the same place so they fit perfectly to my model's lower side. But I don't want to actually wield them. So by not merging the objects, just having them selected, I'm using the weld points tool, but they're not actually getting wielded. They're just getting moved to the same position. Something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Okay, I'm a little bit lost. What happened here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of why is this such a small distance, but we can fix this later. Okay. No, I'm gonna move this point here. I'm gonna move this point here. So let's see. Here we have an altercation because these points need to be lower. Great. And actually, now that I'm starting to think about it, I think we're having too many points. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna delete, because you see here that we don't have any edges between our model, which is a good thing or a bad thing. Let me think about it. Because these parts here they're not straight, they're curved. So I think it's easier if we keep this if we keep this this trend going, because it gives us this nice rounded surface. And actually, what do I see here? A problem? Yeah. So again, because we don't have a lot of reference images, we're gonna do a lot of stuff by eye, but this zone uh, has to be fluent. So it doesn't really matter what type of what we see in the reference images. This, in order to look good, this needs to be a fluent shape. So I'm just gonna move this around here. I'm just gonna pull this guy back a bit. Maybe this guy's gonna go outwards a little bit. Yeah, something. I still feel that this point is a little bit too much inward. Yeah, yeah, something like this. Great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, and I'm just gonna delete this last row. Now I'm just gonna go here, and we're gonna do the same thing again because, well, this is what happens when you model live. But this part is really important because if we didn't do it, then we would create a lot of work for us cleaning the model in the post process. So if we get rid of this thing right here and these spacers look great on the first try, we're gonna save ourselves a lot of time. Great, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go Graph, Cloner, 0. I'm just gonna start until I see, and again, I need to go, because we deleted the line here, I'm gonna have to delete the line here also. Okay, so I'm just gonna go, and I'm just gonna see when does this meet perfectly. Yeah, something like this. How many points do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just gonna go 7. Okay, perfect. And I'm just gonna say I don't even need a connecting module. I just connect objects and delete. And now if I go Control A, optimize. Optimize, and let's just set this to 0.2. Okay. Optimize 0.03. 0.06. Yeah. Actually, no, if you want to do this correctly, you could just take your measuring tool and you can just how much is it? Yeah, 0.004. So I just like optimize options, and you can just go 0.046. Actually, no, the distance is a little bit bigger. Yeah, 0.047. So you can just go optimize 0.048. So now if we look, it's looking really good. So now let me just connect. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a save file because you never know. Let me just connect these objects. Just going to Control A, optimize. Great. And because that's why I wanted to keep this part, because now we can just do some really simple 3D modeling. Just select this edge, and yeah, of course I select I've deselected what I didn't want to deselect. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go stitch and sew. And I'm just gonna boop. Okay, come on. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so now we can say that we've done the hard-ish part because we still have a lot of hard things to do. Hmm. Hmm. Now let's start working on this inner part. And let me just go here because this annoys me a little bit. Flip. And let me just go here and say flip again. Yeah, okay. So let's just start nice and easy. We are just creating our hole here. Our hole, our placement for this inset. Delete. And now I just wanna know. Yeah, you could see that the actual bottle is around here. This space in between is empty. So this doesn't really complicate stuff for us because we're just gonna delete it until here. And actually you can see that this bottle is empty. I don't know if I have that image, and of course I don't. But you can see somewhere that the bottom is empty. Yeah, right here. So this is kind of a cool thing. This is empty. Actually, no. Or yes? I was still thinking, I don't think I'm gonna make it empty. I'm gonna make it like a cap, but I'm still gonna give this bezel right here, because it looks really cool. Okay. So, what do I want to do? I want to select these edges. And I'm just going to extrude them inwards. Great. And now I see that this part should be straight. So I'm just going to select this part of polygons. Oops, maybe too much. I'm just going to straighten it out. Maybe here I'm going to help it a little bit. Yeah, something like this. Okay, great. So now, what should we do? I'm kind of thinking that I should continue, just finish this metal part because we are pretty close. So we know that this part needs to have a separate material. And actually, I'm just going to make this a little bit longer. Kind of like so. I'm just gonna add the 3 grooves. 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna bevel them by eye. Something like this. Yep. Great. Let me just give them some nice. Okay. Now, I'm just trying to see if actually you can see here that the thickness on this part is way smaller than this. Like this guy's hold the bottle, and here it needs to be a little bit thinner. That's really interesting. So I'm just gonna prepare this really quick. This and this. Just gonna go here and I'm just gonna select the edges that I want. Let me just bring this like, I don't know, kind of like so. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna extrude them like So you can see here that the null does great stuff, but it kind of eats polygons if you're not careful, if you have edges that are too, you know, too close. So you should always pay a little bit of attention. Yeah. But now we can see that it fixed a lot of our problems. Like we have to work a lot less to fix everything. So now let's just go here. Let's just start moving points. Easy peasy. Just gonna keep the... Okay, so we see which point it's good. Just gonna move this. Really chill. No problem. Everything is good. Everything is easy to fix. Now again, if I would have to if I would have think about this from the beginning, I would have modeled it a little bit differently. I mean, I would have started doing the interior in the same time as I did the exterior, but I didn't think about it. I didn't think it was that important. So now, I'm caught in this problem that I need to fix. That is my problem. And if I don't fix it, then there are going to be discussions, and nobody wants that. Okay. Great. Now we can just turn on smoothing to see, where do you have problems? This zone is great. This is great here. Here it doesn't like something. What don't you like? You want to be closer to your friend? No, this is quite good. Yeah, here. Here is the true problem. Yep. So now if I create, where else? Okay, this guy. This guy is causing us problems. And now, what's happened? It's perfect. Okay, great. Let me just move these points. Okay. 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 What are you doing here? Yeah, this is acceptable. Let's move on. This one is figured. This one I would like to be a little bit pulled back. Thank you. Again, a little bit pulled. Mixed in here. Great, great, great. This isn't so great. I want it to be a little bit back. This one as well. This one should be around here. This one should be around here. And you can see because of the connect, our job is much, much easier. Where should you be? You should be here. And okay, here I need to add a little bit more points. You should go down a bit. You should come right around here. Now let's see what's happening over here. So I just wanna mix these points. Go closer. Go closer. Yeah, here the topology starts to mismatch. So I'm just gonna add some geometry. One here. You are gonna be moved here, sir. You are gonna stay around here. You're gonna come here. You're gonna come here. Kind of like this. Kind of like that. And this guy is coming here. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna close this. I'm just gonna go just bridge. Oops. Let's not forget about these 2 points. And these 2 points. Great. Now let's look around here. I think the fong tag, let me just check. Textures and S breaks average. Great. Great. Let me just looks perfect. Here we have a little bit to work on, but this is nothing compared to the amount of work that should have been done if we had to do every weld manually. Okay. Okay. Problem fixed. Actually, we still have here a small problem. And I'm just gonna select this edge. I'm gonna select it by point. Okay. I'm gonna have to remember to fix those guys. And I want this to be connected to this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move this point like so. Actually more. Yeah, something like this. And now I'm gonna select this edge. Actually, I'm just gonna select boundary. Okay. Just gonna select these 2 edges, and I'm gonna see if the stitch and sew will let me just get away easy with this. Let's see. Maybe I'm lucky. So you see, stitch. Stitch and sew. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Okay, unexpected, but nice. I like having surprises like this. Great. And now if I'm just gonna turn everything on, yeah, it's perfect. Whew, was a little bit nervous there. Great. Let's start making the cap. Actually, I'm just gonna fix the bottle inside real quick because this bothers me. Why is this a single object? When did I do this? Oh, wait, yeah, this isn't the bot, this is the thickness. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Almost forgot. Yeah, so I'm just gonna select this. I'm just gonna like scale it nice and easy. And now I'm just gonna position it. Boop. And I'm gonna do the same for this part. Oops, we selected more than we needed. Just gonna boop. And just gonna give the thickness. Great. Great, 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 great. So now because we have the thickness, we can search for the picture with the cap. Yeah, this picture. Oops, where are you? Yeah, this one. So we can get our proportions straight. Yeah, here we have too much metal. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna select this and just gonna bevel it. And I'm just gonna add a cut here. And let's see where the bottle comes. The bottle is, just get its neck. Whoop. Yeah, the neck of the bottle should be bigger. So I'm just gonna leave the bottle as is. And I'm just gonna make the bottle of the bottle this. I mean the neck of the bottle. But actually first let's delete this edge. And let's just make the cork. This should be something fun to relieve the stress. Something like this, something like that. Now, I think I extruded it in too little. Okay. Like so, and we can see here that it's a little bit oval. We can see here. So I'm just gonna start from here, making this a little bit oval. Extrude out there. Yeah. I'm just gonna extrude like this, then extrude inner to give it that little taper. Maybe a little bit higher. Then I'm just gonna give it an edge loop. But I'm just gonna say edge distance. And then I'm gonna say this, do it like so, and this part I want it to be a little bit, so I'm just gonna, no. Just gonna take it like this and just give it a little bit of geometry. To be rounded. let's see. What did we do here? Just go MO. Oops. Come on. Come on. Cooperate. Great. I'm just gonna go MO. Come on. Great. So we can see here that this part is like some glass. So I'm just gonna make it two separate objects. But I think I made it too big. Yeah, I did. Yep. Yeah, so I'm just gonna select it, scale it down a little bit. Yeah, something like so, and then bring it down. Oops. Yeah, this is more like it. I'm just gonna add like some supportive edge loops here. One here. Yeah. This part is gonna get extruded inner. Yeah. You're coming here, you're coming here. You are gonna get an edge loop. Then you're gonna give us some. Yeah. And now you're just gonna get extruded once inward, then extruded backwards. Yeah. Actually, no. Just gonna. Now I'm gonna extrude you inner and then just outer again. Yeah, I like this edge more. Great, let's add another cut. Looks really good, if I do say so myself. And I don't know what to do at this point. I think I'm just gonna delete it and then just MD fill. Boop. Does this look better? No! Of course it doesn't. Oh yeah. Yeah, I should have taken this hole. Just weld this with this, this with this. Just gonna go like proportional. Good. 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 Now I'm just gonna like. I'm trying to help the close polygon gap tool just do its geometry. Yeah, a little bit, see? A little bit more clean. Yeah, perfect. We're starting to get close. I think we should continue with this part. Yeah. I want to make this nice because I don't like to separate this just by texture, because you can see it has this nice bevel where the light hits. So usually what I do is I just because this has thickness, I can just close this. Just add an edge loop. One here and one here. And now if I go here, I could just select this edge. Actually, no. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select these polygons. I'm going to UP. Yeah, I'm going to do the same technique, practically, like this. UI, delete. Now I'm gonna use this as my thickness. Beep, boop. What did I do? What is this? Yeah, you need to go. Okay. So I'm just gonna empty all of this. Yeah, why don't you work? Because you're not closed. Okay, sorry. Something like this. This edge needs to come along with me. Okay. I'm just gonna like add an edge loop here. Okay. And I'm just gonna go add one here and one. No, 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 no. No, don't do this to me. Why is this lower? I don't like this to be lower. I like it to be at the same size, please. Okay. Kind of like so. So now you can see that we're starting to get that nice... What's the problemo here? Do we have this as a duplicate? Yeah, we did. Okay, that's weird. Great. And now I just want to add this edge loop right here, and I want to add this edge loop right here. And actually, let me see, where did I add? Yeah, that's too extreme. Okay, so we get the same bend. And now if you go here, let's see, what's the problem? I'm just gonna select this edge loop. Can I select it, please? Why not? Let's see, what did we ruin here? Everything looks fine. Oh, of course, because, yeah, here it's gonna need another edge loop. Come on. Don't be janky on me. Oh, and of course here I'm just gonna need to delete the polygons, because I don't need polygons here intersecting with my job. Yeah. I'm gonna select you guys. 2. Great. Just gonna delete. And here I don't have any. That's good. Okay, so this looks way better already. But I still don't like this. So again, I'm just gonna select this edge. And I know that I'm stopping and fixing a lot of stuff, and it may be a little bit annoying, but it's good to catch things as they pop up. Because if you don't, then you're gonna get in the situation where you're too far in and you don't know why you're not getting the result that you want to get. So for instance here we can see that because this doesn't have a supporting edge here, it doesn't look as well as the bottom part. So I'm just coming in manually adding it. So now, yeah, it's way better. Great. Now let's start working at the support. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a save file again. And I'm just gonna make the symmetry into one object. Because I need this, it's easier to me to be in one object. So I'm just gonna go here. Just gonna extrude it inner. And I'm gonna point to circle. Actually, how would that work if it's not points? Points to circle. Great. I'm just gonna scale it upwards. I'm just gonna make it an oval shape because we saw in the image that this is kind of how it looks like. I'm just gonna extrude downwards and just close the hole. Boop. Added some supporting edge loops. Great. Now we can see here that this kinda has a bottom to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do exactly the same thing. Just gonna extrude it down. I don't want to get past my bottom. Just gonna MD, close it. Just come nicely and add some supporting edge loops. Great. Because you saw that we had this, and now actually I did want to fix this at some point. These edges right here, they shouldn't be so sharp, but not so just gonna raise this up a little bit. Yeah, we have here this nice rounded shape, which I don't know if we can attain. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to do this. I didn't want to do it, but it came to it, so just gonna MS. Oh, okay. Let me just control optimize. Great. Just gonna like bevel this, but I'm gonna bevel this parts only. Just gonna say proportional. I'm just gonna like bevel it around here. Then I'm gonna select this point and just move it up around here. Yeah, so now we're starting to get this this nice curve, but at the cost of our topology. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna select the points that were intrusive points. I'm just gonna weld them together. I'm gonna do the same on this part if I can, and I'm certain that I can. Oops. Yeah. U2, MQ. Great. Problem solved. What happened here? Ooh, that's a no-no. So usually when this happens, all I do is I just select the ring, select what's under it, delete it. And because if it's a simple shape like this, it's way more economic to just remake it. Just go. Don't be, you know, don't be too rushed and just make it again. Where are these points? Oh yeah, because I beveled it, so it gave me new points. Okay, so I was wondering why is this an oval? But because I did bevel it, I added points here that ruined the shape. So now it's good that that part got broken, because now we needed to redo this anyway. So I'm gonna go just points to a circle. Great. Scale it. Actually scale it. Let me just try to mix this a little bit better here. Something like so. Scale it up. Then scale it. Whoop. Yeah, something like this. And now we're just gonna do our same old technique. Extrude it. Down. One time, and then we're just gonna MD. Great. So now let's just start by adding a few textures to it. And actually, let's just start by making this. Yeah, okay, that bothered me a lot. Huh. Well, I'm using the Corona render, but you could use your own render, just that Corona gives way better details. So let me just add a plane. This is our starting point. Let me just go Corona, add a sky. Let's just go to interactive rendering. Yeah, I think the sky should be a little bit. Yeah, something like this. Now I'm just gonna go. Why is this point so sharp? So I'm just gonna go and add a sun. Kind of like this. Just gonna get the intensity kind of like so. I'm just gonna go to my material library. I'm just gonna go to metals. Again, this is gonna be an easy texture. Because our main colors are copper. Thinking something like this and Titan. I'm thinking this. And I'm just going to go to liquids because of course we're gonna add a liquid in our bottle. And I'm gonna open the textures up so you can, if you want to replicate them. Let's see, do we actually have whiskey? Wine, rosé, juice. This red wine kind of looks the part. Let's just actually, I'm gonna have to work a little bit on my bottle. Where are we? Great. Because we're gonna give it a thickness. Okay. Just gonna extrude something like, yeah, that's too much. Something like this. I'm gonna say create caps and then Control A. This is perfect. Okay. And now I'm just gonna take the interior and I'm gonna like UP, make it a new material and just close it here. I mean a new object. And this is gonna be our red wine. Now we're gonna have to open Corona Material Library again. And we're just gonna go to glass. And glass clear should be enough. I hope it's not reflective, but we can change that. Great. Now I want to add the silver to our bottle. I want to add the copper to the bottom part. And I want to add the copper to the top part. I'm just gonna go interactive render. Let's see what happens. It looks like our model is duplicated, but why? Do we have a save file that's rogue? Yes, we do. Boop, boop. Okay, so it's starting to look real nice. But in order to get some clean looking renders, I think we're gonna need to remove the scan. And we're gonna go to the sky. We're just gonna say shader HDRI. And we're just gonna go into it and just grab like a studio HDRI. So nothing too crazy, just like something like this. Now we're just gonna wait for Cinema 4D to load it. Great. Yes. Now we're gonna bump up the intensity a little bit. Okay, so already we're getting a nice look. Let's see how does it look in our reference image. What we can do is we can just offset something like this. We can just raise the intensity. We can go here, we could just say, give us a little bit of blooming glare. We can play a bit with the light balance. So now it looks really good, but I don't really like the liquid. I think the glass has a little bit too much reflection. Let's just bring this down. Okay, yeah, that was it. Maybe I overdone it a little bit higher. A little bit. A little bit. Yeah, something like this. And I think the copper is a little bit too Satan. I'm just gonna bring the glossiness here. Yeah, I overdid it. somewhere around here. Yeah. Now let's just do something really quick for cap. It has something like this below, darker, and it's really shiny. Yeah. I'm just gonna add it here. Let's see, did I get it? Yeah, more or less. And now I should kind of like change the reflection of the table. I just want this like dark wood. Come on. So I'm thinking about this Venge. You come here. You go here. Let me just change the preview so I can see what I'm doing. Come on, yeah. Yeah, I think this is pretty decent. I'm just gonna change my render resolution to 1600 by 900. So this is the basic render. We still need to add the texture here and add the texture on the cap, but apart from that, it's looking fine. Amazing. I can't wait to continue this tutorial where we get to go into further texturing. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. See ya.